Hi friends, welcome back. Today we are actually going to discuss about the pipe in PowerShell, and hope you have already went through the previous videos and you are okay with taking further, and hope you had enjoyed the videos, and also hope it is actually helpful for you to understand the PowerShell concepts. So without wasting time, so let's go with the video. And so we start with the PowerShell pipe. And so as you can see here, so this is the topics we are going to cover today. So just to start with, what is PowerShell pipe? So the PowerShell pipe, in simple terms, we can say that the pipe which is actually in your keyboard, you can see just below the backspace or just above the enter key, you can see one key which is, I can write it here, which is this line, the straight line, and if you press shift and that key, and you will get the pipe symbol. So this is what actually called as PowerShell pipe. And so what it does exactly is that whatever the commands, the output we are getting from the left side, and it is passing to the right side of the command. So in simple terms, we can say in another way, it is actually it is passing the answer or the output from the first command, and which is forwarding to the second command, and as a mediator. So it is in between, the pipe is actually doing this task. So just an example we can try, we can show you so that you will be able to understand little comfortable. So here we can say get hyphen service example. So as you know, this is the normal command, we have already seen that. So, and I just would like to put a pipe here, and so that it will not list anything here, but it will just pass the output of whatever we have seen here, the list. It will pass to the next line, I mean to the next command. So here we can do anything. Maybe for example, we can say in simple way like a stop process, right? So stop hyphen process. So it is very simple and funny one, but let's not do that. So maybe we can say the second command we can list out, maybe or we can export, right? So that is also an easier method. We can just show you that. So get service pipe and export hyphen CSV or whatever the format you would like, and then we can say C, or you can just say export CSV and minus path C temp and one dot CSV. So as you can see here, so it is not listing anything here, and it is just executing the first command and then passing the particular result just to the right side. And then the second command, it does actually export hyphen CSV, that is for exporting the output whatever we have got from the previous command, and it is writing to a output file which is called ctemp and one dot CSV. And if you would like to see that, we can go to the path and the C drive, and we can go to temp, and we can see one dot CSV. If we open that, you will be able to see the same thing, and the service whatever listed here with the detailed all the details you can see here, and also the state and everything. So this is what actually exactly it will show. So maybe you might have noticed actually the export, we have more columns here. So you know what it is, and you know how to find the additional parameters and everything. So I'm not going to in detail in that, but yeah, just to make sure that you went through the previous videos to understand all this concept. So here we have the output file here, and So this is one of the simple example, I would say, like what pipe will do. And this is mainly or it is very much useful in all the scripting what you are going to do actually after all these sessions, so which is very much helpful, and you may have to use it actually in multiple places in your scripts. So to continue with that, so one more example I can show you. Maybe I'm just opening a calculator here, and I'm just opening another MS Paint. Okay, so as you can see, both the applications are actually opened and running here, and the process name, and you can just find out from Task Manager if you don't know. And so here I can write so if you go to the details in Task Manager, you can see calculator and paint. So it will be MS Paint or Notepad. I'm already using it, but MS Paint you can see, and also calculator.exe. So what we can do is we can stop these two things actually using a pipe. An example, so you can see get hyphen process. We have seen this command in previous videos, and so I'm just specifically mentioning what is the service or the process which I am looking for. So here calculator.exe. so no need to mention exe. Let's try without that. So calculator and then MS Paint and stop hyphen process. So you have seen that both the process are actually killed. Now there is no notepad, there is no MS Paint or calculator is running. So this is the easiest example you can see here. So anything, whatever we are getting the result from the left side, it is actually passing, the pipe is actually passing to the right side of the command. And always pipe will have left side and right side commands. So that is how it works, and this way we can do whatever we want. So I'm just trying another one, and log type or log name system log and minus newest 5 or 10 whatever. And what I'm doing currently is that using the get event log command, and from the system log, and I'm just taking the latest the last 10 events I'm getting from here. And without pipe, if you try, this is the output, and here we can see out. You can do out a file, and also you can do actually out a grid view. So it will list out this way, and you can do whatever you want actually using the pipe using this way. Because if you see here, the difference is out in the grid view, I can see in detail, and also you can see the full message here. And where in the normal command it is actually not visible, and it will be it will be the limited actually numbers here. So if you do in this way in the grid view, you can see the complete details. And just an example, and you can do whatever actually based on your requirement, you can do it. Now we have actually learned what exactly the PowerShell pipe and how to use it in PowerShell. And some of the examples already we have covered, how to use pipe in your normal the commands, or maybe in your script, how can you use it. So we have covered here, and now we are just going to the piping to the format table view with some of the example how it looks like, and also the format wide, and also the format table, auto size, and wrap and column. So these are actually the different kind of view you can get it in the output. So let's go through that once. So for example, now let us take we have some files actually here. So let me delete all these things, and let me delete them. And here one of the script I pasted. Okay, that is fine. So what I'm trying to do is actually I'm just trying to use get child item, and so here you can see what you're getting. So get child item will retrieve actually from the C drive whatever is actually available, the folders and details. And when you write, actually you can do one thing in the pipe again, and format table. So it is actually just by default actually the format table is listing, and you can also define it. So you don't have to mention format hyphen table. So another easiest method when you actually become expert actually in PowerShell, and you are a scripter, and so you will be able to use actually in simple way EFT as a short form of format table, and that will work. So there are multiple shortcuts you can use it actually similarly, and this is just one of them. I just got remember, and just thought of actually informing you as well. So this is one, and you can actually put name and last modified or last write time. You can get this view. So this is what actually you will get in the format table view, and so that is what actually the next one we covered. And the next one we have the format list. So for example, now let's see what exactly you will get in the format list. So same shortcut, I just used FL. So it's the same output we are getting for the format list as well. So you can see the view of the format list is actually different than when compared to the format table, and moreover the information which you are actually getting in this result also, it is actually different. So here we can see the additional things are actually coming, like creation time and also access time and etc. So there are multiple things etc we are getting here, so when compared to the other command, right? So this is actually now from here maybe I need to actually get only few info. So let's say instead of get child item, so let's say get service. So this is actually the whole service list actually, and what is the status. So in the same thing, FT you will get different view, and FL will give a different result. And FL, when you try, and maybe for example now you would like to format table and so format list, and then you need to know the name and the status. So this will list out actually the all details in this particular list way, and so which is not a format, I mean good format for exporting it, but it depends on your requirement. We can customize this also. So but this is how actually it looks like, the output file. And next we are going to see what exactly the format wide in this case. We'll use the same example, and then format wide. So this is the output we are getting when you are using actually the wide. So it is nothing but it is only the service names actually in an order, and there is no much information in this. So if this is a requirement actually, then you can use format wide, and it is always actually based on the requirement. So Let's go to the next the advanced mode, actually the format table, which we have already seen. And so format table, and then we have let's see what is the result actually getting. Okay, and format table and then auto size. Let's see what is the result. So when we compare actually both the both the details, and you can see here it is status name and display name, it is listed in this way. And the main difference actually you can see, let's take in this screen, there are two things we can see here, this line and also this line. So where you can see 3 dots, because in this particular sizing it is actually the table size, and where it is actually, it cannot write the entire name. Whereas if you see the same services actually here, you can see it is written fully. So this is the main difference actually when we are using auto size. So it is depends on the sizing of the column, it actually will expand automatically. And you can see this status column is actually the state, I believe, yeah, status column is actually smaller, and then name is needed actually extra width, and similarly for the display name. And display name also you can see here, many of them are actually with a dot, because it cannot actually accommodate in the normal format table command, it cannot accommodate actually the full details here. So that is the reason it is actually mentioned. There are something actually behind this. So if you need to know what exactly, then you have to use the auto sizing. So this is a major difference actually between the format table as well as the format table with the auto size. And let's now try actually the format table and wrap. So you see actually some difference when we compare actually with the previous commands here. So the main thing is that the wrap is nothing but it is uses actually the smaller column size, but it is wherever actually we have extra words, maybe it is splitting into the next line, and it is just printing actually below. So it actually goes for everything, and you can see all the lines here. Wherever we have actually more it's a big sentence or maybe big line, so it is actually splitting into multiple rows. So that is a major difference, and it is you can see the extra spaces in between, and wherever we have the description also having additional lines, it is splitting into below. So this is the difference actually for the wrap. And the last one here actually minus column. Okay, I think so the last one actually the column which is I just not given the details here. I think it is not existing now, and previously it was working, so let's forget about that. So I'll just remove this from the list. So this is actually about the format the pipe, and also the format table, and also format list and wide little advanced mode, whatever we can do in the using these commands. And specifically would like to tell you that so we will be using more and more actually, when also we'll be using one more machine, and in the next classes. So we'll be using remote computing and also the Active Directory commands as well, so that it will be easy for the IT administrator or an Active Directory administrator can understand which where they can use in their day-to-day operations, whatever they are doing. So it will be very helpful. So now with this actually we are end up with the current section actually about PowerShell pipe. Hope you have enjoyed the video and it is useful, and in case if you have any doubts or maybe more clarification something, please comment and also continue watching with the next topic. Until then, bye bye, take care.